Do you know that you can study abroad and pay as little as 200 euros per semester? Yes, 200 euros per semester. You don't have to break the bank to fulfill your goal or ambition of studying abroad. So visit my channel. You're gonna see videos of countries in the European Union Schengen zone where you can study and pay very low tuition fees, and even in some cases free of charge. I have videos across countries like Luxembourg, the Czech Republic, Belgium, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, and so many others. All you need is right information, and you can be able to do this thing yourself. Remember, you have the power to bend reality and create your own future. Stop dreaming, stop thinking, start acting. Click on my channel, visit my YouTube channel and watch those videos. Like, subscribe, and then drop your questions. Together, we can make it. Come on, let's go.
Hi guys, my name is Noel and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, please kindly subscribe to my channel and do smash that like button. Okay, so this channel is just designed for you. So if you want to study in the European Union where you can pay very low tuition fees and study in a fantastic university or fantastic universities across Europe, then this is the right channel for you. I work so hard to bring you guys the right information, the right content that will guide you on how this process works. Because I believe that if you are empowered with the right information, then you can be able to follow these steps and make the application by yourself. That's why knowledge is power. So because of my experience in the system and my intensive research, I think I have enough information or the right information for you that will help you to make an informed decision. But I will also advise you to do your own research and make the necessary inquiries as the case may be. So today, I'm gonna give you the summary of the documents that you require when you want to apply for the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg. I have seen several questions by people on my channel who are not quite very sure about the required documents they need to submit when they are making the application for the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg. Now, when it comes to Luxembourg and University of Luxembourg, this channel is number one. Yeah, go and verify, okay? I said so because I studied at the University of Luxembourg. I lived there. So the country is so dear to me. So I do my research as well before I make the videos and make some inquiries to be sure of some clarification before I make my videos. So you can rest assured that I try my best to bring you guys the right content on my page. So if you are planning to come to Luxembourg for your studies, let's say by next year, 2025, today is the 3rd day of December, 2024. The first step is that you have to apply for admission, right? Once you have secured an admission, you need to apply for your temporary authorization to stay, which will give the license to apply for your visa D category that you will need to enter Luxembourg and the Schengen area. So it is very, very important and very, very imperative that you understand precisely the documents that you need when making application for your temporary authorization to stay. I've already made a video about the steps for the temporary authorization to stay. So this video is very specific. I'm just going to focus on the documents that you need to submit when making your application for the temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg. So get your pen, get your paper, take your coffee beside you or your tea and get ready. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, the first thing is that you have to make your application on plain paper. I just checked the website of the Immigration Directorate, Ministry of Immigration in Luxembourg just today. So these informations here is based on the research I made today, also my previous experience. However, I cannot guarantee that it will remain the same tomorrow, next month, next week, whatever. So you have to also check the website of the ministry from time to time to ensure that if there's any updates or changes, you can also be aware of that. Okay. So first of all, you make your application in a plain paper from your country of origin to the General Department of Immigration, Luxembourg, or a Luxembourg diplomatic or consular representation, or a diplomatic or consular mission representing Luxembourg, where you are. The second thing is that the application must contain your basic details. Firstly, your surname, your first name, address, and make sure you use address that can be verified and where you can receive letter by post. And that must also accompany with the following documents, okay, and information. So please pay attention. The documents that must be enclosed with your submission for the temporary authorization to stay application. Now, you need to provide copy of your valid passport. I mean, your international passport or travel document, okay? In its entirety. So all the pages of your passport must be enclosed in your submitting documents, okay? Your passport pages from page 1 to the end, you must have them enclosed. 2, if you are currently residing in an EU member state or you have a resident permit issued by an EU member state, then you have to also enclose a copy of that. Of course, if you are applying from Africa, this is not applicable to you. For those of you who have a previous resident permit card of an EU member state, you need to also enclose that as part of your supporting documents for the temporary authorization to stay application. Thirdly, if I'm counting the documents you need to submit, you need to also have an extract from your criminal record or an affidavit or sworn declaration in your country of residence. So that means you have to get a criminal record certificate from your country of residence or origin. Criminal record certificate must be part of your supporting documents. Next, you need to also provide proof of admission, for example, admission letter from the University of Luxembourg. Now, next will be proof of fund. This is very, very important, high priority. Proof of fund, and you can provide this in various ways. And make sure that you have the right amount of money as a proof of fund. For this year, I think the amount you're supposed to have for students was 17,000 euros, 317 euros. 17,317 euros for this year. However, this might change slightly next year. So I'm gonna make a new video for next year on the new proof of fund for those who want to apply for their temporary authorization to stay in Luxembourg. So you need to get your proof of fund, high priority, and this can be in this form: A, original documents of the certificate of scholarship, right? If you have a scholarship from the University of Luxembourg, for example, you can get that stating the amount that you have been awarded and the duration of that scholarship. This can be used also as a proof of fund. B, an original bank certificate and a bank statement for the past 6 months. I said two things in one. An original bank certificate and bank statement for the past 6 months. And if possible, make sure your bank also wrote to them or give you some kind of confirmation that the account belongs to you and the money is there, because the onus is on you to prove the authenticity and the validity of the document you are submitting. So make sure you have multiple means to convince them that this account is authentic and that the money is in the account and the money is for you. So again, original certificate, bank certificate, and a bank statement for the past 6 months. Now, if you are sponsored by your parents, you must also provide proof that your parents have enough financial resources to take care of you, including your medical. Sorry guys, somebody was knocking at the door. Sorry about that. So if you are sponsored by your parents, you must also provide proof that your parents have enough financial resources to take care of your studies, including the medical study costs for at least 1 year, as well as return travel costs as well. Now, what's next? Now, you can also provide the original financial statement of support for the intention of the Luxembourg state and a student signed by a sponsor of Luxembourgish nationality or someone staying legally in Luxembourg. This should indicate the coverage of your subsistence cost, medical and study costs for at least 1 academic year, as well as your return travel costs. And this must be established in the correct legal form, which you can find on the online document section of the Immigration Directorate Luxembourg. Also, in addition, other material advantage or material evidence such as accommodation, free accommodation, work contract, maximum of 15 hours a week can also be considered or taken into account as part of your proof of funds. So if you have, for example, scholarship offer from the University of Luxembourg that stated how much the scholarship is, or you have free accommodation based on scholarship, you can also include this extra material evidence. It will be considered as part of your proof of fund. Next is that if you are under 18, you need to have parental authorization form filled and also added. Now you need to also have your health insurance that covers illness in Luxembourg for at least, I don't know the duration, but at least I would advise you have at least 6 months on 1 year health insurance. I've already made a video about health insurance, so check my page on my YouTube channel on that. And where necessary, you can also enclose power of attorney. Maybe somebody is presenting you in Luxembourg, you have to also enclose power of attorney stating that that person is representing you legally. Now, what next? Let's continue. The documents that you are going to enclose must be original or certified true copies. Original or certified true copies, except your passport, which can be okay just as copy. All right. Other than that, every other copy of your document has to be original or certified true copies. Now, in some cases, the authentication and legalization of your document can be requested by the Minister of Immigration if there are doubts about the authenticity of your documents. Personally, I would advise that you authenticate and super legalize your documents before you submit to make sure that everything is correctly organized and documented. Okay, so I would advise personally to authenticate your documents and legalize them before submitting them to the immigration in Luxembourg. If documents are not in German, French, or English, then you have to translate them to either of these three languages. Usually, you receive your temporary authorization to stay. Usually, the response time after you must have submitted your application is about 60 days, usually. Once you receive your temporary authorization to stay, once it's approved, then it's usually valid for 90 days, which means 3 months, 90 days. Within this period, you must then apply for your visa D, which you will use to enter Luxembourg. Okay? And that's it from my end. That's all you need. So I'm gonna summarize them pretty much quick. Make your application on plain paper. Have copy of your passport ID its entirety in all the whole pages. Copy of resident permit if you have one. If you have lived in Schengen area before and you have a previous resident permit from any of those countries, you can also add that. Otherwise, it's not necessary. Criminal record certificate, extract from your country of residence or origin. Proof of admission, for example, from the University of Luxembourg. Proof of fund. Proof of fund. Let's go. Parental authorization if you are under 18. Health or travel insurance. Power of attorney where necessary. And usually they will decide within 60 days. And within 90 days of having your temporary authorization to stay, you must also apply for your visa D, which you have to use to enter Luxembourg. So this is all I have for you today. I hope this will help you to know the documents that you need to apply for your temporary authorization to stay. Okay? And then if you have any question further, please do feel free to drop it below the comment section. And you can also contact me via my Instagram. Make sure you follow me on my social media handles. Follow me on my Instagram handle, which is inspired_Noel, and Twitter or X now is Destiny Realized, and on TikTok, The Human Investor. Remember, you have the power to bend reality and create your own future. I am the Human Investor. Thank you, and God bless you. Really good.